Welcome back, guys. I'm just back here at the garden at home and I'm starting to prepare some tasty treats. Stay tuned. Well, my garden's doing really well. As you can see, the zucchini is going like crazy. Got lots of beans at the back, and the eggplant, let's take a look at that. As you can see, we've got this beautiful eggplant here coming along, and I've got a second one coming here right at the top. My peas have been doing exceptionally well. I've been kind of nibbling on these guys as the days go on. They're really good. Beans are along the side here, and they're coming along nicely as well. Let's take a look in here at those zucchinis, and wow, they look awesome. They're coming along. Maybe make some zucchini bread, I don't know, zucchini pasta, all kinds of stuff I can use with those. Tons of them coming now. Here I've got some potatoes. My onions are kind of flopped over a little bit. Cucumber, some celery in here, carrots. There's the cabbage and beets. And here we go, we'll take a look, and there are some tomatoes here. And they're doing really well. If you look further down, oh, we've got a red one. Look further down here, you can see they're starting to ripen up. So with all these garden goodies coming along, it's made me think about, preparing food and canning. And I asked your guys' opinion on canners, and I got the recommendation for the All-American 931. And one of my subscribers actually might be loaning me one for part of the canning season, which I'm really appreciative for that. So I'll be in contact with that person. Thank you so much. I'm really excited to use a pressure canner, which is really important, when you're using, doing low acid foods and tomatoes and things like that. Canning them with pressure canning is really important so you don't get sick from some of the bacteria that can form during the canning process. Recently, I got given to me some garlic scapes. Those are the parts of the garlic plant that are the stem with the flower bud. I want to show you an easy canning method for garlic scapes. They're basically pickled garlic scapes, and I'll be able to enjoy them in the coming weeks. So let's go into the kitchen and I'll show you how to make them. Now that we're inside, let's grab some supplies. The recipe I'm using today actually comes from the Yellow Birch Hobby Farm website. I'm going to put a link down below in the description box. So what we'll need are some vinegar, pickling salt, pickling spice, and the Bernardin 500 milliliter jars. So let's get started. Here are the garlic scapes. They're farm fresh. They're the flower head basically of the garlic plant. And here's about a large colander full of them. Next, what you want to do is cut them into pieces that will fit into your jars. So here I've got about pieces that are about 3 inches in length. The scapes are also kind of curled at times. Don't worry about that. Just make it so that you can tuck them into the jar when you're ready to put them in the pickling jar. Let's make the solution for the pickling, and what we're going to use is 5 cups of water, 5 cups of vinegar, and half a cup of salt. And that's the coarse pickling salt. You want to bring it to a boil and then bring it down to a simmer. Don't forget to process your Bernardin jars. You want to basically put them into a hot water bath and sterilize them for 10 minutes prior to putting in your garlic scapes. Next, you want to tuck in the garlic scapes really well into each of the jars. Make sure you leave a bit of a head space, about 1 inch from the top of the jar. You'll see that there's going to be some spice in there, and this is where I modified the recipe. I just, tapped out and basically decided to get the Clubhouse pickling spice, a teaspoon per jar. The recipe on the website has more details if you want to make a really interesting flavored pickle. Next, you're going to pour the brine and vinegar solution over top of the garlic scapes. So make sure that you fill up the jars when the liquid is nice and hot, and remember to leave 1 inch of headspace prior to closing the jars. So here they are all filled up. Make sure you tuck those scapes right down into the fluid, and you'll see that the spices will float, but eventually they'll sink, so don't worry about that. Remember to wipe the tops of the jars before you put on your sterilized lids so that there's nothing really to interfere with the sealing of the pickles. Well, that was really easy. Here it is. So the lids are really screwed on now. I'm going to process them again for about 10 minutes in the hot water bath. And now I'm going to stick them here in the fridge, and we'll leave them be until they're ready to taste, which will be in about 6 weeks. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned. I'll let you know how it went. I got to wait 6 whole weeks to try out those garlic scapes. I can't wait. All right. Have a good week as always. Take care.